Good evening, everybody. My name is Calvis, and welcome to the WBPLeague Play Week 4 Day 2. This match is going to be between Team Surkz and Capeless Heroes here on Kafe Dostoyevsky. We're going to start off our ban phase. Capeless Heroes taking it off Thatcher. A tried and true ban, nothing too unique here, but very effective. This meta has been around a long time. The Thatcher ban just seemingly becoming more and more popular, but it's kind of a double-edged sword for the team that bans him, because, well, he's a common ban. People are ready for him. Most teams at this level are well practiced and know how to attack sites without needing the Thatcher, so it's sort of become less and less of a crutch to teams. And I'm interested to see if maybe in the future we're going to see the Thatcher ban sort of fall out of favor. Kind of like how the mirror ban sort of fell out of favor recently. We also have Capeless and Maestro going out. Capeless, a very popular attacker ban, because on Kafe and maps like Clubhouse, where you want a hard anchor, there are just some hard to get to places that it's really nice to not have to worry about being fire bolted out of. And then Mira and Maestro, pretty typical intel gather. We're going to see a lot of Valkyrie play now. I would hope so, at least. Lots of Valkyrie, lots of other intel gathering sources, because when you lose the Maestro and the Mira, you really want to fight for intel quickly. Apologies for the technical issue on screen, by the way. That should be fixed pretty quickly. We're going to see the Thermite come out with Buck, Ash, IQ, and Zoph from the attack. Pretty typical. Buck losing his nades means that you need the Ash and the Zofia now in order to ensure destruction of those Goyo shields. Maestro Equalize, although he's been banned in this case. And all the other small pieces of utility that the defense brings to slow you down. If you fail to bring Zofia and Ash, or Ash and Sledge, or any combination of two soft breaches, well, you can't get through those castle barricades, you can't get through those smoke deployable shields, and honestly, you just won't win that round in all likelihood, because there's some linchpins on the map where if the defense has a shield and Wamai and Jaeger utility to protect that shield, you're kind of done for. So having the force soft breach at a minimum is extremely necessary in the current meta.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Now that Echo has survived the ban phase, we will see him being deployed here on our first defensive round. I personally love to see the Echo being brought, because he's a great piece of intel, and sometimes, even though he's unbanned, teams just won't bring him because he's such a typical ban that people have stopped practicing with him. But honestly, the Echo player should be able to bring that operator whenever you need it. Now we're going to see a pretty typical attacking strategy for Kafe. First order of business should always be to ascend to the rooftop of the building safely, and then from there, supports will drone in the entries and get top floor control. Besides red stairs and white stairs, there's no other way to get to top floor, so it's a pretty easy part of the map to secure control of. Drones will continue down, and we're going to see them just clear out pillars. Second floor looks clear. Wary of any roamers, despite there not being any. We're going to see Jaeger, though, contesting the bar over by the east side of the basement floor.
Drone activated. Scanning for electronic devices!
Loading new mag! Door. Attackers have located a bomb. Special charge. Stay clear.
Drone deployed.
drop the diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Stabilizing teammate.
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser. Defenders have located the diffuser. Defenders disabled the diffuser. Bomb diffuser attempt failed. Defenders win. Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Reloading, cover me.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Bomb is done.
Stop worrying about grenades now. Red squad going up.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds remaining.
Pretty typical
Attackers are
hold
heading
so
out to
far.
defuse the bomb.
Upstairs, we see some classic walls being reinforced, but we do see one open wall that leads into bathroom. Interesting decision. They're reinforcing the wall close to the door, which makes sense because there's always a player that sits there. But leaving that wall soft means that rotate in the freezer is exposed to a long angle that can be held. Meaning that once you lose bathroom, you've lost it basically permanently. But we'll see if that matters. Buck will open up the hatches with his master key. And once again, the attackers begin on the roof.
RED active.
It's going to be a new hatch red stairs take. We'll see if we can get the drones to go through. Wall has been muted, I believe. IQ looking to find an early kill on the Jaeger. No damage done though. The droning, although good, will not yield a kill. This is a bit more of an aggressive position. I mean, normally we see the player who, in this case is Wamai, holding rat spot, is traditionally the only player in Cigar. But CHG opts to have Jaeger here as well. Now he's trapped. He will die soon. It's up to him to make his death count and to take one down with him. Preferably a hard breach if possible. He wide swings the Ash, loses to the R4C. No kill for him. But Capitan with the refrag, I believe in white spot, he killed Bone from somewhere. She was likely in Cigar, but we can't be too sure. Flashes go out to burn the Wamai Freezebees and ADS, which is disposed of by the Thermite. And what do you know? We've lost bathroom control. We'll see if they can reestablish it from Whitehall or not. And the attack lines up for their Cigar push. Having cleared rat spot extremely quickly, this is looking great for Surkz. Exothermic charge lining up on Freezer. Long angle held by Echo. Mute trying to maintain control over Freezer while Agua and Capitan hold white stairs. 50 seconds remain, and with Echo still in play, this could be dangerous. Meep, though, taken down by Cyborg, the SMG-11 winning against that R4C, but a refrag from Thermite. A third refrag by Statics, killing him with Echo's MP5 SD, and then Capitan with the AUG, taking out Benjay. Buck, ready for the Wamai to peek him, is looking for his free kill. But Wamai has now retaken rat spot, and with a shield to give him cover and a little pixel angle, Buck is all but dead. 15 seconds left anyways. The round will go to CHG once again. Great round from CHG there. Their defense is looking pretty strong so far. However, it is Kafe Dostoyevsky, a traditionally defender-sided map. So 2 straight wins, although it does provide them some momentum. It doesn't really, mean that Surkz is out of the race by any means.
Attackers need to locate
Surkz
and
is
defuse bombs.
able to get this explosive control of what they need. Both rounds they've done it. They established top floor control at breakneck speed on our first round, and then the second round they were able to get control of Cigar Lounge quickly and early, fried onto Jaeger with ashing, I believe, no damage. It was phenomenal. Their early round is just great. But they seemed to falter once the Thermite opened up the freezer wall. Kind of looks like they didn't know what to do next. It's kind of like, do we push through red and go for default plan, or do we challenge Whitehall? And this indecision kind of led to them stalling out, the defenders being allowed to pick them off with their ACOGs and then retake positions that Surkz had worked hard to get control of earlier in the round. So we'll see now if we can have more consistent aggression come from Surkz. Because if they can keep that aggression constant and not give CHG any time to breathe, it's going to be a win for them for sure. And on Kafe, being so defender-sided, all you need is 2 attacker wins. If Surkz can make 3 happen before this half is over, they're going to have the advantage. So I love this. We see the classic cigar take here, but one thing that teams usually forget to do is have a pincer. Here we see Bone on white stairs, denying a flank up the white stairs, and if any players are pressured down to return to site, they won't be able to do so for free. So Sophie's here to cut off that rotate and kill the defender on the white stairs, which I believe... Who is it? Neither Mute or Echo. It's Echo, what do you know? Maverick here with his nade cooked, looking to get the kill. Pushes Echo back. Shield displaced, and Zofia watching his flank. He's in a rough spot here. Mute trying to assist with C4s from below, and Agua with 1. Capitan following him up with another. There goes Bone, the linchpin, or the pincer rather, dead. Ash missing the shots in the R4T, but she won't miss them all. She takes down the Mozzie player. Static stoked the refrag from that Echo weapon. Capitan with another kill this round. He's doing great so far this game. It's all up to Sneaky though. 1v4 scenario, this is not looking all too winnable, frankly. Top 4 control still in the hands of the defense, but he finds an early pick. 1 down, 3 to go. Capitan liking that P12 pistol. Mute to back him up on white, and Jaeger trying to maintain control of the site floor. Now that he's split them up, if Sneaky can take them on 1 by 1, he has a chance at winning this. And as I say that, Capitan removes his head from his body with the AUG. And we will move on to round number 4. Once again, fantastic hold by CHG. But aggression and the fantastic positioning by Surkz is just consistently rebuffed by CHG. Nothing phases them. They will take the gunfights and they'll win them. It's going to be up to Surkz to adapt and really seek out those refrags a bit harder. No matter how well you do in positioning and establishing control of the map where you need it, gunplay, it's still a first-person shooter. You got to win those gunfights. You need those refrags. We can't have the entries missing shots after Buck and Zofia have died. If Surkz can step up the aim game, though, they are definitely still in this match, as every other part of their game is looking great right now.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
With a flawless cycle running through basement, top floor, and reading, we're going to go see CHG return to the kitchen cooking site. Great decision. I honestly prefer this location over the top floor, because with the top floor, your only roaming option really is to send like a pulse or a Valkyrie below, which at this point is really predictable. But with the kitchen hold, you have millions of options. You have so many different ways you can hold it. You can hold bar and white stairs, as we had previously seen. You can hold coat check and go for the full anchor on bakery. Or you can have, you know, a super aggressive mute Mozzie vigil roam upstairs and make the attackers worry about a late flank. There's so many options for this site. I don't know why most teams don't choose it as their primary. But I say that, but I think it's becoming more of a trend to go basement first as opposed to cocktail bar. Once again, just like clockwork, we see Surkz drones in place. Buck opens the hatches. They have this down to a science. We just need to see them win some gunfights. Bone doing just that. Let me find him real quick. 2 early kills. 3 early kills. Bone stepping it up for his team. We asked, he delivered. That's Capitan, Agua, and Kiwi all dead. Jaeger, Wamai, dead. Some of the best fraggers from CHG put out of the round. It's all down to the anchors. Sometimes whenever you're stuck in a rut and you think you've done everything right, you just need to send Ash in there with the R4C and let her work. CHG is now in the hot seat. Almost 2 minutes left. They need to resist the onslaught for a painful amount of time, and they won't. Cyborg taken down through the floor. It's down to Statics. He's deemed it too unsafe to go for the revive. Perhaps. Nope, he will go for the revive. It's the only chance to win. He recognizes you can't win a 1v5, or you can, but it's rather unlikely. The rotate not being made correctly means that Mute will bleed out for this round. Echo with the MP5 SD can win this. He just needs to land his shots. Sees the head of Maverick, but his is taken off. Sleep tight, Echo, and a flawless round for Surkz. That is definitely going to be a change in momentum for them. That's just what they needed. Ash being able to get 3 early kills almost effortlessly is going to make Surkz, bring them back into this game, amp them up a little bit, bring the morale back up, and keep them fighting. One win under their
Defenders,
belt.
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Surkz just needs to find one more, and they're set. They needn't worry about their attacker half anymore, but if they can get 2 more, then they've set themselves up for a much easier defensive half. I'm going to switch us over to see where these attacker drones are landing, because Surkz has this great ability to pre-place their drones and get control really quickly. So let's see where they're putting them. So one thing that you're going to notice is that the entry fraggers, Buck and Ash, have their drones pre-placed inside the building so that when they die or when any player dies, they can use these to get some intel later in the round. But the support players, the Nomad, the Maverick, have theirs next to their spawn. And that's because it's important for them to pick it up so that when they drone the entries in, if their drone is shot, they can throw another in. So just in case you didn't know, that's a bit of basic droning 101 for competitive teams. We're going to see a top floor hold again come out from CHG. They did so well the last time, but it really came down to Capitan getting a bunch of big kills. I believe 2 or 3 that round. With no Valkyrie on the board, we're going to see some default cam usage, trying to eke out any intel they can.
Located a bomb.
Bomb detected.
Nomad with the air jabs likely beneath her will burn out the ADS with her flashbangs. Jaeger trying to look away. Same position as before. It did not work by any means last time. We'll see if we can make it work this time. The reason why it's so difficult to hold this position is because of the head glitch on red stairs, as Ash had previously demonstrated. Sneaky though, with Maverick's blowtorch in hands, begins to Maverick trick the wall. Needlessly, actually. There was no mute jammer or bandit batteries, so it's looking like a comfort pick. Or if there was, IQ could have shot it. But Maverick has frags, which differentiates him from Thermite, because you can get rid of the one my shield on rat spot. So overall, I love the adaptation here from Surkz. No stoppish player present. Nope, Buck rotates up. Maverick needn't waste a frag grenade. He'll buck away the soft wall. Only deficit from Maverick as opposed to Thermite is you lose time. As you've seen before, Surkz had control of Cigar at a minute 40 left. Now it's a minute 10 and they still don't have control. They need to quicken it up and they will. Merc with the shot, brilliantly taking down Kiwi. Sneaky elsewhere, killing the Wamai. Both of the anti-projectile players have been disposed of. And that's Cigar control for the attack. Maverick looking through the freezer, pinning a player down. That's Cyborg though, SMG-11 at this range still keeps him in the fight. Mozzie on white loses a lot of health, and Maverick finishes off the mute inside the freezer, planting in a non-default spot. It's gonna be a difficult retake rather. Statics, here's the plant, goes on the drum, but it's too late. Ash is behind him, and Bone. Working that Ash as R4C. Finds the last two players of CHG, and the momentum will stay Surkz's way. I believe a flawless round, actually. I believe another flawless round for them. Surkz just bringing it back, replacing some of their passive play for aggression, and it's really paying off. The switch from the Thermite to the Maverick gives him extra nades to both get that player out of rat spot, and also he's a 3-speed. He has a great gun, just more fragging potential. They can take off the head of that Jaeger in rat spot, while still being effective as a hard breach player for your team. And Bone just stepping it up when he needs to. The Ash play, fantastic there. Now that CHG has been punished and lost 2 of their defender rounds, they can't lose the 4th, or the 3rd rather. And we'll see if they switch things up a bit, change their strat up, be more unpredictable, as that's how you can usually book an attacking team that seems to have caught on to how you play the game. I actually love this site. It's one of my favorites. The reading dining room hold, I think is great because you still get to have all the benefits of the defender-sided nature of cocktail bar and the top white staircase, because you can just reinforce those walls. And then you still get to hold it. You put down your ADS, you put down your one my frisbees and a couple shields, and now you have control above your site. Benjay dominating Kiwi. I believe a spawn kill was punished. Yep, looks like it. There you go. Yeah, you're dead. Trying to take back some control of the momentum for his team, but it won't go his way.
Bomb located by attack.
But as I was saying before, this site's great because you can hold top floor as you're comfortable doing. But if you lose it, unlike the top floor site, you don't just have to let them plant. They still have to take control of the actual bomb site itself. And we'll see if Surkz can get that control. Ash crouch walking up from the basement, now ready to attack and pounce on any players in mining. Echo with some intel gather, maintaining that top floor control that is oh so necessary. Buck, Mav, and IQ pushing through the cocktail bar. Christmas side while Nomad acts as that pincer, catching off any anchoring players in cocktail and not letting them just sit there worry-free. Am I trying to find the player on that Nomad, and Maverick makes the hole. Rotates completely cut off this player. Echo on right, looking for Buck's head, but he's taken down from the freezer hole Maverick made. Great shot from him. Mute now coming up white stairs, looking for a refrag. He needs it. Nitro Cell blows, gets a kill. Mozzie taken down. Mute gets another kill with his SMG-11. Merc falls. Buck player dead. There's a lot of soft breach potential now out of their hands. Meep realizes there's a yokai feeding the defender's intel. And him and Nomad will just keep Capitan pincered. He's stuck, he can't escape, and his head is removed by Nomad's AK as a result. Bone elsewhere takes down that poor old Mute. SMG-11 is no match for the R4C. and a third round straight for Surkz. They came back. Absolutely fantastic attacking from that team. You love to see it. And they're going to come away with a net profit. 3 rounds on your attacking half on Cafe is superb. And now all they got to do is win about the average number of defensive wins in order to guarantee overtime. Well, now see if CHG can take back their momentum and make the attacker half work for them. It's really, really hard to get stuck in a rut and end your defense on a bad note and then go to the more difficult defender half. It's really hard to raise the morale. And honestly, although defending first is traditionally seen as the advantage here, I prefer to attack first on Cafe. Because once you're done with it, all you gotta do is just win 2. And if you can do it, you feel successful. And it feels like an easy accomplishment to set yourself up for and enter your team up for a later defender half. Because if you end on a bad note on your first defender half, it's really hard to get out of that mental rut and bring yourself back to be successful as attackers.
Stop worrying about grenades now. My artillery is on.
Nothing too special here. If you've seen some of our other matchups on Cafe, you know that this meta is pretty rock solid for the top 4 holds. You have the shield protecting the rat spot player with ADS and one of my frisbees in tow. Some barbed wire gets deployed on the default plant sites, and toxic babe holes are made by shotguns from the defense. Nothing too atypical here. We'll see if the attack can make it work. Knowing the defense's hold and knowing their strategy is different from knowing how to effectively dismantle that hold. So we'll see if CHG can figure out how to take apart this Surkz defense. Bone, though, star performer. He's just entering like a mad lad. Great angle up through the red hatch. Catches a lazy cyborg off guard. Upside down repel, though. Might punish him. No, it won't. Kiwi unable to find his head. I love the vigil roam from below. Keeps them on their toes. And Doc playing rat spot. Able to send himself back up to full. What a nasty flick. Down goes Capitan. Your sledge player gone. There go your nades. Rat spot will stay safe unless Kiwi can rotate up and get rid of him. No ADS is detonated. Doc fighting to defend his shield, though. He will stim again. Bit of pre-fire comes out, but no joy for him. Thermite and IQ now entering from the end of Cafe, or entering the end of Cigar Lounge, pardon me. Doc with another early kill, but it's refragged, but Doc finding 3 this round. Sneaky is seemingly unstoppable. He re-stims himself, Benjay goes kill thirsty, and finds Agua. Some just unparalleled aggression coming out from Surkz. Doc just with his ACOG pre-throwing and taking the gunfights against the sledge and the Zofia and the thermite and takes them down with ease. This feels like a completely different team from what we had seen the first few rounds of this matchup. Surkz had seemed passive or slow or indecisive. Well, that's gone. This new team is aggressive, they're assertive, and they take control of the map. CHG not able to really do anything against that player in rat spot. The Doc, bringing Doc instead of positioning a Wamai there was just a great decision. Overstimming himself and then quick peeking with an ACOG, it's extremely difficult to displace that.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And favoring the reading dining site over the kitchen bomb site. We'll see what Surkz can do. And with such a successful hold of the upstairs bomb location, I don't blame them. Reading and dining is a lot about holding top floor control. And if you've proved that you can do that easily by defending the cocktail bar bomb site, well then by all means try red. Or try reading. Sorry, try reading and dining. It's simply an extension of that site, and Surkz should be able to replicate their past performance. It's going to be up mostly to CHG now.
Attackers must locate and defuse
to adapt and overcome. They've brought more soft breach. They have Ash, Zofia, and Sledge looking to match Surkz' aggression with some of their own.
Go on, Chopper. You can stop loading, man.
The default cam's surviving. It happens more often than you would expect at this play. At this level of play. Bone with an extremely aggressive angle. Let's see what he's up to, sitting directly under red. Sledge knows he's there, looks for the angle, but he won't be able to shoot him. So Bone is going to be a thorn in the side of CHG, denying them even the new hatch drop. They can try to drone all they want, but it won't matter. Vigil's ability makes him immune and strikes fear into the hearts of CHG, now doubting the intel gathered by their drones. You're trying to find Vigil, but he's playing it smart, not giving his ability active permanently just as long as he needs it to. And Merc will take down Kiwi. Interesting decision. I'm not sure if she dropped into train, but she went alone wherever she came from and was not refragged. Capitan, though, looking to find Mozzie and earn that frag. But Mozzie recognizes that he got a kill for free. All he has to do now is stay alive, stay safe, and keep that man advantage. Sledge IQ Ash still trying to get control of the top floor, but what do you know? Meat coming up from red stairs. Vigil still underneath that hatch. And Merc ready to flank up red if he needs to. Thermite ready for Merc though. And Capitan with another. There goes Sneaky, your castle player, dying. That might motivate Mozzie to flank up red and walk into the hands of Thermite, but no, he'll play it safe. Perhaps look for a C4 kill, and Vigil falls. It doesn't matter though. Benjay, they're to refrag. Capitan dead now, and the player in Meep comes up the white staircase and finds Cyborg punished for not expecting the late flank.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Merc with another, the flank up red. Thermite not ready. He falls as well. Agua, it's all up to him, and he needs to win this 1v3. Or that'll be 3 straight rounds, or rather, I believe 5 straight rounds for Team Surkz. They're just on a roll right now. And even though Castle and Bone were picked off pretty easily with no initial refrag, they had wasted so much time that the attackers had no control of the rest of the map. That means Mozzie's gonna be allowed to rotate up red. That means Jaeger's allowed to rotate up white. And both of those players, aforementioned, had found easy rotate kills. And Mute here is going to solidify that round for Team Surkz. Some just superb play from Surkz. That's what I had mentioned before. When you end your defensive half in a rough state, it's really, really hard to come back from that mental disadvantage. And we need to see CHG reinstill some confidence in themselves. They need to take some aggression. You can't be that afraid of a Vigil. You just gotta eventually throw a body at him and go for the refrag. You can't afford to let him waste 2 minutes of your time. So we need to see the confidence and the vigor return to CHG if they plan to stay in this match. And Bone will 6-pick off the Vigil to the Ela, recognizing that the IQ is onto him. He'll instead play the trap op. That way he can waste more time, and if he hits his shots, those concussion grenades make it super hard to fight back. Looking to complete a flawless cycle of their own, Surkz now opts for the basement assault. We're gonna see Castle and Mute. It's looking like an anchor hold. The 6-pick off of Vigil. I think means that they don't plan to roam upstairs as much, but instead hard anchor to claw the hatch and the freezer wall. Maybe hold coat check with Castle, and just deny bakery control and deny bar control for as long as possible.
10 seconds remaining.
And then win your gunfights when it comes down to it in that end of round push.
5 seconds to insertion. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
You can stop worrying about grenades.
So as you can see, this long angle being formed here from behind in the northeast corner of B. You sit there, you have a long angle onto the prep bakery window. It's a really fitting way to defend because it's extremely aggressive and requires fantastic aim. And Surkz has proven themselves to be a team that loves that sort of gameplay. Jaeger here, crouch walking above. Almost all of CHG here on white, looking for a quick back push. Jaeger crouch walk though, it's gonna find Sledge and Ash. That's 2 free kills for Meep. You cannot let that happen. I don't know where the drone was up white, or if they even set one, but 2 free kills this early. It's not gonna be great, obviously, for CHG. What's even worse is there's another player in the Ella prone upstairs. Means a late flank is gonna come. Agua though gets the refrag onto Meep, beginning the journey to a comeback. Little does she know that there's an Ella right above her. Static's looking for some intel. He'll find out Castle's holding co-check. Him and Zofia trying to get control of this back bar location. But Agua finds that roaming Ella on the cam and is looking for this free kill. She sees her. Ella, unbeknownst to her. Oh, the pre-fire gives away her position. Ella realizes I have the main advantage. It's time to fall back and play life. No kill for Agua. Minute remaining. The clock will continue to dwindle down as IQ waits for Ella. Patience is going to go the way of Surkz though. Not a whole lot of time remaining for CHG. Statics and Zofia though do wrestle away coat check control from the castle. A good pick between those 2 players. Some great coordination between these 2 so far. Agua now getting rid of the Kaid Electro Claw. Picture buff to make sure that Kaid stays out of the way, and he will. He retreats back into kitchen service. Here's the thermite charge. Place, and actually self flies out. Thermite survives, luckily, and the wall will get open. Half a minute left. They can make this work. It's up to CHG. They need to hit their shots. Kaid's TCSG at this range. Although it's nerfed, it's still an amazing weapon. Zofia though, through the wall with a nasty headshot finds Benjay, and the attack has come back. They find themselves in an advantage, but it's quickly returned. Bone's late flank pays off. 1v1 between 1v1 basically between Agua and Bone here as the plant goes down in the hands of Statics. And the diffuser gets put down. Bone downing the planting thermite. Seconds. Just barely in time. Planting at 0-0. That means IQ is not able to pick the bomb up. The round was stolen away for Surkz. A fantastic comeback from CHG. It was just the calmness of it, and they kept their composure. They pushed the angles. They just knocked those checklist items out the way. They got check control. They opened the wall. It was great to see it. But when you fiddle around with a roaming Ella for 30 seconds or more on the upstairs roam, that's what happens. That's the downside. You lose all of your time. You end up having to plant at 0-0 on the clock. And, well, it gives Ella the opportunity to clutch. And Bone popping off this game, he does not waste those opportunities.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
CHG is looking like they have a great idea of what to do. They have like an idea of what needs to be done, and they're trying to execute it to the best of their abilities, but they keep making these small mistakes, which might not be a huge deal in and of themselves, but Surkz is just on point right now, and they're capitalizing. Every tiny mistake CHG makes, Surkz is there to pounce on it. Oh, you forgot to drone White Stairs? Well, Jaeger's there to get 2 early kills on you. It's just absolutely great positioning and game sense from Surkz. Sledge looking for the kill on the dock. He won't hit it. Instantly runs away, playing for his life. Just looking to get a bit of strike a bit of fear into the attackers' hearts. And I think more teams should start at least faking a spawn peek on this map, because it's well known the attackers' first order of business is to get onto the roof If you can slow them down just a tiny bit, as Doc had just done, well, you wasted a lot of time in the end. So, even though he didn't get a kill, Sneaky did make a good play just then. We've seen him be so effective with that MP5 and rat spot. We'll see if he can find 3 kills again this round. Drones do come in through New Hatch. Thermite trying to open cigar round wall. Not quite as quick as last time, but plenty quick enough. Ash gets rid of and ADS catches her, but El Capitan refrags. There goes your Jaeger player. He's dead. Sneaky falls back to white, along with Benjay. Toxic Babes in hand, ready to deny this white hallway push. Nitro Cell's ineffective from below. Valkyrie on the roam, not able to find a kill with her C4. The Kaid Electro Claw is still being effective though. Without Cam dispatched. It means that Thermite, with the Thatcher banned, Thermite will not be opening this wall anytime soon. They need to figure out a way around it. They're stalling out, unfortunately. No way to get through the wall now that it's been Electro Clawed. They're looking to simply rush in through White Hall and find a couple of kills. But at this range, Benjay with the Remington M590A1 is here to stop them. Shotgun on a 3-speed at this range is going to be an insta-down. See if Cyborg ends up pushing it. Capitan looking to toss a nade through the skylight to destroy that Electro Claw. Was he successful? I'm not sure. 1 nade remaining. He's not successful. Thermite has flashes to burn ADS. But it won't matter. They're rushing. They're going to push through the white hallway. Sledge does not find the head of Jaeger. Ash and him both put down. Thermite killed as well. Benjay winning at that engagement distance. So there's too much action to follow it. Sneaky takes down Kiwi, and now it's all down to Agua. Agua finds one. Rotates to the cigar shop. But Merc is here, ready for him. And he takes his head off. Great round from Surkz. GG's. Come out in the chat. 7-3. Absolutely dominating performance here. CHG had it in the beginning, but Surkz just flipped the switch. They changed operators, they adapted, they played more aggressive, and they just punched CHG to death. They just unending assaults with the Ash play from Bone. It was great. And then that momentum swung over into their defensive half, and they kept it going. Winning 4 consecutive rounds on the defense. Absolutely phenomenal play from them. In the end, only a minor difference in scoreboards. It does show you that they didn't get completely obliterated. Every round was close. There was always comeback potential for CHG. It was just minor mistakes that Surkz pounced on that gave them the win. But overall, GG to both teams. Fantastic play today. Hope you guys enjoyed that match as much as I did. Stay safe, stay well, and good night.